Hi everybody, welcome. Thanks for joining my session today. My name is Siarhei Harbukou. I am a project manager and a solution architect at EPAM Systems. For the past 15 years, I've been working mostly with IP networks and voice technologies. And today, I'm heading the Unified Communications division in the company. Just like many people on the conference today, about a year ago, I had a challenge. I needed to find the unified communication solution that would fit best my company needs. Today, I'm glad that I have an opportunity to share that experience gained along the path of finding the solution and deploying it company-wide with over 10,000 employees. To begin with, briefly about the EPAM company profile. Established in 1993, EPAM provides software engineering solutions throughout our Central and Eastern European service delivery platform. Headquartered in the United States, EPAM employs over 10,000 IT professionals and serves its customers worldwide from its locations in the United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Germany, Switzerland, Poland, Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, and other places. EPAM is ranked number 2 on Forbes list of best small companies, fastest growing tech stars, and is recognized among the leaders in software product development services by Forrester and Zenith analysts. The company is also included in the top 30 list of global outsourcing 100 companies by International Association of Outsourcing Professionals. As a matter of fact, last year we had our 20th anniversary of delivering of high-quality service engineering products. In my presentation today, I will briefly review what communication solutions we had before Lync, why and how we started to approach the communications transformation, what we have done to evaluate the existing system, what steps were taken to find a new solution, and how it was deployed, what we do have today, and what our unified communications future plans are as the company gears for further growth. The first part of my presentation will be more focused on business aspects of the solution, and the second part will be more technical, about details about the architecture and deployment. If you have any questions during the presentation, please feel free to ask. EPAM employees need to communicate daily with internal teams and externally with customers, vendors, partners, and EPAM project teams working in other regions and at customer locations. To meet this need, EPAM IT team built an in-house IP telephony solution based on Asterisk PBX located in each EPAM office. At the same time, almost every company employee used Skype for instant messaging, presence, desktop audio video calling, and screen sharing. The standard end-user device for audio calls were SIP hardware phones and from selected vendors, and EPAM Communicator, which is a branded SIP soft phone. This EPAM Communicator was offered to all company employees, while the SIP hardware phones were an option for managers by their request. All our offices also have a video conferencing solution based on Polycom real presence platform including terminals, HDX and QDX series, and Polycom multi-point control unit server based on Polycom collaboration server RMX series. Due to a limited number of video conference rooms, many company employees would use third-party web conferencing services such as GoToMeeting, WebEx, LiveMeeting, JoinMe, and others. Again, in many cases, most employees would use Skype as their primary communication tool. This disparate mix of solution often created delays in remote conferences while organizers tried to negotiate which tools to use or combine the tools to get the features they need. This situation was really inefficient. It lowered the user quality of experience and increased the total cost of ownership of the communication solution. EPAM is experiencing a fast growth, and our communication solution needed to follow the growth and deliver a strong message about the company's stability and scale of business. Initially, when I started this project, it was critical to review the current state of communications in the company from both business and technical points of view. That included voice and video solution architecture, network assessment, inventory of monitoring and measurement tools, and other activities. It was also important to measure the baseline for improvements, so I conducted a survey within sales, management, and field staff to better understand the user satisfaction and the communication tools usage in the company. Having collected all this data, I focused on developing the plan for communications transformation. So based on UC market research and analytics review, I compiled a long list of options consisting of Cisco, Microsoft, Siemens, and Avaya solutions, who are the top leaders in the UC market according to Gartner report, UC Magic Quadrant 2013. After a detailed review of each solution, I included demo calls and discussions with vendor sales representatives and technical specialists. We shortlisted the options to Cisco and Microsoft and proceeded with pilot arrangements. The transformation plan outlined the complete solution to be rolled out company-wide by the end of 2013. And as I will show ahead, we did manage to stick with the schedule. One of the key points we discovered from the baseline survey I mentioned is that in EPAM, for each communication workload, the people would use multiple tools. And our primary concern was that inconsistent user experience were eroding customer confidence. You know, if a call quality is bad or screen sharing is not working, it makes real poor impression on the customer. So EPAM needed a flexible and a cost-effective unified communication solution that would accommodate its geographically dispersed workforce and maintain professional relations with customers and partners. The idea for new solution was to combine all the business communication tools into one unified solution with the best features on the market and the best user experience. Based on our research and analysis, Lync is the only enterprise solution that fits best the EPAM environment to improve the situation, and they remove this experience fragmentation. For all types of communication, it can reduce the number of communication tools from many to just 2 and become the primary communication tool. Also, as you know, it works great with Skype, so we can leave Skype as the secondary tool to ensure the smooth user transformation. EPAM executives were concerned about the high cost of managing so many disparate solutions, and our IT team was worried about its ability to adequately control and monitor the performance of third-party communication services. We were looking for a stable, enterprise-grade solution satisfying these key parameters, including user experience, feature set, manageable and secure platform, cost, and technology leadership. During the pilot negotiations with vendors, our local Cisco partner limited its unified communications pilot to just on-site demo. And for Microsoft Lync pilot, we had all the necessary infrastructure, software, and licenses as part of our enterprise agreement subscription. Lync pilot was deployed with the efforts of just 2 EPAM IT engineers, which really showed us high product readiness. With a short initial announcement for pilot participation, the word spread out, and we were getting daily new requests to include people into the pilot without any additional advertising from our side. Totally, during the pilot, we had about 500 employees participating in the testing. When we compare Lync to competing solution in EPAM environment, we identified quite a lot of advantages that were very important to us. We ultimately chose Lync due to its popularity with our users, with its deep integration with our existing Microsoft infrastructure, due to its adaptability to network conditions, and built-in monitoring and performance management tools. It was also important to us that Lync can integrate with the Polycom video conferencing system that would allow us to keep the investments made into this hardware. So the deployment plan was pretty straightforward and included the solution design, some operations and support workflow preparation activities, the deployment itself, and the company-wide rollout. To ensure that our Lync solution architecture follows best practices and guidelines, we engaged Microsoft Consulting Services to design the solution architecture. It was really a great experience that helped us to build a stable and scalable solution, providing real-time communication services to all company employees. The actual deployment was completely done by EPAM Lync team, which was created with the IT engineers from our communications support team and enterprise services support team. This combination of engineers with different skill set allowed to professionally deliver the solution in a short period of time. if you ask me what was the most difficult part of the deployment, I would say it was the integration of enterprise voice with the asterisk network. As you know, asterisk is not on the list of Lync qualified infrastructure, and my team and myself had to do a lot of research and testing to make sure these two systems can actually work together seamlessly. So now we can go into more technical details. Lync solution architecture in EPAM consists of 4 Lync pools, geographically separated locations in US, Europe, Belarus, and Russia. We placed each of Lync role on one of 28 virtual servers on the Hyper-V platform, and the SQL backend is on dedicated physical servers. Unlike most Microsoft Lync customers, we initially were aiming at PBX replacement, and that's why we deployed enterprise voice for all users company-wide from the very beginning. To prevent a degradation of user experience, we decided to keep the same 5-digit internal numbering plan, which existed before Lync, and we mapped it to E164 line URIs in Lync. As I previously mentioned, we integrated asterisk with Lync via SIP trunks in each of 4 Lync pools locations. We understood that it would be impossible for us to instantly migrate all the legacy hardware phones to Lync and replace with the new ones. So we decided to keep the internal 5-digit numbering plan in the company, and to ensure the migration, we provisioned the dialing from Lync to asterisk and vice versa through a special prefix 7. So if a Lync user would call another user using his internal 5-digit extension, if that other user is still using asterisk hardware phone, he would set up a simultaneous ring or call forwarding to his extension with the 7 prefix and still get the call. This integration required some extra voice filtering rules applied on both Lync and asterisk to prevent loops between the systems. This is a sample integration layout for our US pool. We have here SIP trunk in a connection between Lync and asterisk systems, and that provide ability for all company employees to reach any other company employees, no matter what the system the user is provisioned on. That would include internal calls and external PSTN dialing to outside world. This approach allows to gradually migrate users from asterisk to Lync without actually cutting the wires. Again, as of today, we have 4 Lync pools in Belarus, Russia, United States, and Europe, with a pairing failover between each of 2 pools. We also have a pool in Ukraine pending deployment which is dependent on data center hardware delivery and installation. We have it scheduled to be completed by the end of March. This pool layout is determined by the number of users in each location and the geographical distance between the different locations. All of our 4 Lync pools have the same layout. This is an example of the US pool with the front end, Office web apps, persistent chat, and SQL service located inside the corporate network VLAN 10, while edge mediation reverse proxy server, which are facing outside, located in firewall isolated DMZ. SIP trunk services here is provided by Lync qualified service provider, IntelliPeer, and that eliminates the need for a dedicated session border controller for us in this case. In the beginning of 2014, we announced the Lync service rollout to all company employees with complete feature set, including, of course, enterprise voice. As of February 1st, we decommissioned our legacy EPAM communicator SIP subphone, and we are gradually replacing our SIP hardware phones with Lync phones. The operations and support workflows are in place, and Lync service is in production. So for our future plans, the immediate plan is to finish the remaining service migration, such as voicemail, which is dependent on the parallel ongoing projects for deploying Exchange 2013 company-wide. We also have a highly requested feature to integrate our Polycom video conferencing system with Lync that we currently put our focus on. Most of our SIP trunks and voice gateways are still connected to Asterisk, and we plan to migrate it to Lync one by one. Our original Lync design provides redundancy with the Lync pool failover to a pairing pool. Considering the amount of users in each pool and the network latency between the locations, we plan to deploy high availability by adding server redundancy within each pool. That would require the introduction of hardware load balancers into the architecture. As you know, Lync has some great built-in reporting and performance monitoring tools with a deep insight on system usage and call quality and things like that. But it's unfortunately missing some traditional PBX reports with dialing destinations, with the user activity in terms of PSTN calls and related cost of the calls and other reports. So we plan to invest some of our efforts into developing more custom reports to fill the gap. And finally, we are looking forward to a new Lync server version this year, and with more great features that we will enjoy sharing with our users. So thank you very much for your time and attention. If you do have any questions, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, enjoy your time at this great place and great event. Thank you very much. Sure. If you don't mind, please come to the microphone because the questions are recorded. Okay. Sorry about that.
You were talking about Skype as
right.
kind of a secondary tool and that being also a reason for you guys choosing Lync because it works well with
right.
Skype. Can you just talk about that a little bit more, how it influenced your decision and what working together with Skype actually means?
Well, basically, as I mentioned, when we did our survey, we did find that pretty much 100% of our users are using Skype, and they are using it for all features that are available in a free version. And sometimes when the people would be scheduling conference, they would use for screen sharing some third-party service like Join Me and Skype for audio and for instant messaging. So when we were looking at that experience, we kind of wanted to provide the same high-quality user experience without any service loss, but with the manage and control environment. Because if the Skype is not working, there's not much that IT team can do to to resolve the issue. Just make sure the network connection is working, the bandwidth is enough, and that's about it. I mean, there's nothing, there's no transparency on the service itself. So pretty much, you can call Lync a Skype version for enterprise with all those enterprise management tools that when a user says, okay, please help me, that's not working, we do have enough tools to see what's wrong. And on the same time, we do not need to invest into user training and all this experience migration from Skype to Lync. But some people would be worried, saying, "Okay, maybe you're trying to take away my favorite Skype and replace it with Lync." We say no. We are just offering tools to our employees, and they feel free to use the best tool they need. But Lync is supported by IT team, and Skype is not. So we believe the user will choose the best service, and eventually, with the probably help of Microsoft actually joining these two tools, we were looking forward to one unified solution. So again, yes, that was one of the key reasons we chose Lync. Any more questions? Maybe about enterprise voice, PBX, things like that. As a solution architect, I can go into a few technical details if you like. Well, I guess yeah.
So any of the number of plans, did you run into any countries where you didn't have a number plan or you couldn't get a provider to provide the numbers? I mean, we have a lot of scale issues in Asia and such. I mean, did you run into any of that?
The numbering plan, well, we pretty much kept our 5-digit internal numbering plan, but to provide this connectivity from outside to inside, we for each office, we have our primary office number. It is the same as we had before, like a general number to reach each county office, and then we would map these internal numbers per office with this E164 DID. So, I mean, in terms of availability, we already had those DIDs for each office, so we would just have to provision the normalization rules to map each office employees with their corresponding external DID. which is, since all that information is in our Active Directory, including, the user home office, the primary location, we were just running some PowerShell scripts for user provisioning to automatically assign the line URI with the DID and the extension, 5-digit extension as a line URI.
What about the calls going out, though? So they all go to data center now and go out from the data center, right? So they're not local in the country?
That's a great question, yes. We're still, currently as I mentioned, we still do have the voice infrastructure set up in each office. So for local calls with Lync users, yes, it does go to central Lync pool. We are currently looking at available voice gateways combined with the Lync service to find that standard branch office device that would provide external local PSTN breakout with the media bypass. Because we are currently using mostly Cisco gateways, and for Lync 2013, Cisco is not on the list of qualified infrastructure, so we're testing them ourselves to make sure it works, and at the same time looking at the qualified vendors like AudioCalls and Sonos to see what would be, the best solution to meet our needs. Okay. Well, I guess thank you again for your time, and thank you.